Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ify Artistry. If this is your first time seeing my videos, you're highly welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming here. Okay guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I achieved this lovely eyeshadow. I know you love it, yes, because after creating this eyeshadow I was hooked. So let's dive in. Okay guys, so first of all I begin to create the base, the eyeshadow base. So I'm going to be using the liouse eyeshadow base to create her eye base. So first of all guys, I'm placing this base on her eyelid. One thing you want to do is to place the base right, so just on her eyelid I'm going to place it carefully. Make sure it's well blended. Like, don't just go and pack base on the eyes and then you are boom gone. No, just place it there and make sure you gently pat it into onto the eyes and make sure you blend them very well. Okay guys, so most of the time I don't just place my base once I want to achieve a very popped eyeshadow. Once I want to achieve like a very popped, yeah, I go ahead and keep place. So when I place the base, I allow it for a while and then I go ahead and place another one. Like, I place it on top of it again to make sure it's like well there and then well covered and everything. That makes your eyeshadow, gives it more room to actually come out popping. So I keep on placing. After placing the eyeshadow, so I go ahead and blend, especially the hash lines, the crease line, blend them very well. So blending this place out helps you to achieve something seamless. Like, it helps with everything. So I have to go ahead and keep blending because this base is so important in this eyeshadow creation. So because I want to do a very nice and neat work, you don't want to keep like jumping from one blending and struggling and all that. Everything needs to be perfect, and I was equally trying my best to perfect everything I'm doing at this point. So placement of the base is not, I didn't just want to do it the way I used to do normal eyeshadow. Okay guys, so I'm dipping into this Hush Beauty eyeshadow palette. This is an eyeshadow palette that I already had like a very long time ago. I dived into it and I'm using the shade I pointed at now to create my transition. Okay guys, so something happened here. This brush that I've been using, it has been my old time brush and I've used it for like ages, and because of too much cleaning, I think the tip has already begun to cut, and then like it's no longer so good for me to use for blending, something like that. Like, it's actually still good. That's the brush I've been using, but like not as perfect as it could be when I get a new brush. Okay, so at a point this was not working for me. I have to get another. This is when I picked another brush. Can you see how the blending of this new brush is? Like, from the beginning of where I begin to blend this, like everything is so good and so perfect. Okay guys, so I keep blending, so just creating the transition with the shade that I showed. So I feel like the first brush that I'm using like keep packing product on the eyes without really properly blending them out. So you see, when I'm using the new brush, like, it gently place it there and it blends it out without creating any hash line or anything on the eyelid. I don't know if you get, if you look very well, the first eyeshadow that I just created like had a little bit of like a little bit of hash line on the eyelid already, something like that. When left there, when I start creating my eyeshadow now, it's going to start probably giving me a little bit of problem to blend. Okay guys, so I was still deepening my crease. After that, I dive into this eyeshadow of Blossom Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. The particular shade I just picked is a more darker or more deeper eyeshadow, so I begin to use that in the outer part and equally blend it into my crease as well. So while doing this, remember, like, I have to hold up the eyes a little bit. I'm not really doing it too much. If you look, the two brows, they're almost the same thing. So yeah, I'm not really holding it to hold it. So I'm just touching it a little bit just to have the more space for me to blend. Okay guys, so moving on, I'm just creating with the dark shade. So I'm just running that in the outer part and equally running into the crease, into the crease line, just, you know, giving me more room and more space for me to create. You know, when I was doing this eyeshadow, honestly, I was very skeptical because I wanted to get it correct. I wanted to get it right. I didn't want any reason. I didn't want any reason for me to come back and be like, ah, I would have done it this way, or I would have, because I don't know if I really created this eyeshadow this way. So, but at this today, I wanted it to be perfect and all that. Okay, guys. So what I did, because I noticed that my primer is already like covered up with the crease transition products, so I just go ahead with the brush. I go back with the brush, like I'm not really picking products again. Yeah, the product is almost finishing on at the back of my pan because I brought it out. So I'm just basically going back with my brush to just blend them again. Like, honestly, don't go and carry products and put at this point. Don't add more primer. I'm just blending it out, so I'm just removing the hash lines again. So after blending it out, I go ahead again and blended the the transition again, and then I go back to the Hush Beauty eyeshadow palette, and I picked this pink shade there. So when I was using this Hush Beauty eyeshadow palette, I was very skeptical because I've not used this eyeshadow palette in almost 2 years. Like, I've had it for a very long time. I was even asking myself, am I sure it's not expired or something? But I'm like, you know what, let me just use it. If it doesn't work out, then I'll change, but let me use it first. So I was just placing this eyeshadow, and when I begin to place, I noticed that, oh yeah, it's still good and it still works, and this is perfect, guys. Using that eyeshadow, I was in love. I bought the eyeshadow because of the shades that is inside it. I don't know why. This was my love for a very long time, and I just dumped it when I got I think African Queen palette. But I picked it up again, and I'm happy to create this particular amazing look with it, honestly, guys. So I begin to like blend it out, guys. I'm just blending out the transition. I'm just, you know, like smudging out everything. I'm making sure it come out seamless. I'm making sure everything is like okay without any hash line, because that is the goal of this eyeshadow, no hash line. If you create it, and oh god, I asked my client to look up, so that is it. I didn't know why I didn't really show the back of this eyeshadow, like the what is it called, the name, but it's just Hush Beauty eyeshadow palette. I don't think there's any other name that is written, or just Hush, and the Hush says Hush. Yes, Hush. So that is it. So I picked that shade again to intensify the outer V shade, just, you know, like running through to make it more pop. And, you know, I believe the outer V shade is equally going to help the eyeshadow, because the two of them are closer to each other rather than the first shade. So this is the shade I use for the outer V. Yeah, so I'm equally going to use that in the down part of the eyes to create her yeah, my model is sleeping. Yeah, sleeping. Okay, guys, so but that's by the way, I'm going to use it and equally like create the shades in her under eyes, like, sorry, to help, I don't know, I think I lost the word, but like anything, like just, you know, like smudge out the under eyes. That's the word. Okay, guys, so that is it. So when I was doing this, I was having a lot of fallout. This can actually ruin your makeup if you don't have the setting powder under the eyes. Guys, having setting powders under the eyes is so important. You can see how I gently, without stress, take those products out. The fallout, they went out without the stress. If you don't have products here, it might actually stain. Okay, guys, so after that, before I even begin to line, I have to take it out because I don't want any issues. Okay, guys, so after that, I begin to go ahead and line. Yeah, I actually watched a video where somebody said they no longer line eyeshadow these days. I wanted to try it out, but I remember this is a pink eyeshadow. Lining it actually will make it more better and more beautiful. Like, once it's lined, everything will come back together. Like, everything will come together and look beautiful. So I told myself, Ife, don't do past yourself, don't do more than you can take, just go ahead and line the eyes. And guys, I am so happy I did, because lining these eyes, like having a dark liner like underneath the eyeshadow, pops it, like it made it even more pretty and even more beautiful. So I'm happy I did. I listened to myself. But I think like in future you're going to see me using creating eyeshadow looks without lining. Yeah, I'm going to try it out. Then the first day I try it and I am not pleased, I'll go back to my love of lining the eyeshadow. Okay guys, so that's by the way. I just equally am lining the second part of the eyes. Actually this eyeshadow I feel like is very simple. It's just a normal eyeshadow that you create, just that I think attention to details and being like being open to what you are doing, and it's going to help you out, because I was skeptical about every process. I was skeptical about every step. I wanted to get it correct. I wanted to get it right. So I was paying so much attention to them, unlike I would have actually done if it's on a normal day. Like I wouldn't have actually popped out the primers, eyeshadow primer, the way I did, but I actually did it in this one, and I am happy I did. Okay guys, so after that, this is the pink eyeshadow that I used. So I got the pink eyeshadow and I mix it with my primer, like I told you guys the last time. So after mixing that, that is how I got the shade for the lower lash, for the waterline. And after placing that, my client was really tearing up when we were doing that, so I have to go ahead and skip video filming the process, and I go ahead and fix her lashes, and then boom, we come back to line using mascara to like smudge out everything, and everything was good, everything was perfect. I love the outcome, guys. Like this is actually it, and this is the end of the video. Like this is the end of the look, guys. Like, don't you love this eyeshadow? Because I do love them a lot. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, put on your post notification, because I'm going to be posting more contents like this. See you guys next time. Bye.